Hi cozies, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome to my bookish corner. And on today's vlog, I plan to share with you guys my latest haul that I had on my recent vacation to New York. I have so many good bookish things. I also ended up hauling 20 books that I'm super excited to dive into because a lot of them I've never heard before and some of them are adding to my classics. So I'm super excited about it. So yeah, let's jump into it. Alrighty guys, so here is my first bag. I am so excited because if you've been watching my vlogs, then you know I did get a chance to visit the Harry Potter store in New York. Now, one of the best things about visiting that store is that they have a lot of unique items that are only sold at that store. So I really had the best time checking out their different bookish items, checking out all of the Harry Potter themed items, and I honestly brought a lot home with me. One of the best things that I was able to haul when I was shopping at the store was a lot of sweaters, a lot of shirts, a lot of things that I feel like have me fall ready when it comes to casual wear. So yeah, let's jump into this bag. Here is my first item that I was able to haul. So I ended up getting quite a few t-shirts. I am someone who really loves wearing oversized t-shirts on like just my regular day when I'm not working or anything like that, or I'm going out on the weekend. I'm someone who really enjoys theme shirts as well when it comes to t-shirts. I feel like you guys have seen kind of that in the different t-shirts that I do wear. Like for example, I really have a great collection going when it comes to Disney shirts. I also now have my little collection started for my Harry Potter theme shirts. So these are all made by Spirit, I think, but look at how cute this is. I really love how it's embroidered. It's so beautiful. But that's my first shirt. But this shirt is actually the one that I am the most excited about because when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I need to have it. So here is this one, and look at it guys. If anybody here is like a Harry Potter fan, then you know this is like the little cake that Hagrid made Harry in the book, and it's so cute. Yeah, this was my favorite shirt on this haul, honestly, because I feel like I wanted something like that for a long time, and I don't know, it was just something so cute when I saw it. And I did end up getting like this matching piece to go along with it, which is this one. It actually has like a little tote inside. I'm not going to take it out right now, but it's so cute. I felt like it was so nice to be paired with the shirt, so I'm super excited about it. I ended up getting quite a few socks on my time there just because I thought they were so cute, guys. I really enjoyed seeing like all the different types of socks that they had. I didn't grab more than this just because like I know that when it comes to high socks, I usually just stick to them whenever I'm going to the gym or anything like that. So now I have these. I actually got this one gifted to me by my cousin. We were at the store together and he wanted to get me something while we were there. So he ended up getting me this little ring, guys. It is so adorable. But as you can see, it's the golden snitch. I love it. I'm literally so excited to finally get to wear it, and most likely I'll be wearing it like when I'm out and about on like the weekend, just because it can be something that can get caught up on like different things at work. So I won't risk it. I won't risk it going to work with it. But here's my next t-shirt. It is so cute. I felt like this one is similar to like my Disney shirt, only it's Harry Potter themed, and I really loved it. Here is the front. It's very simple. It has the little emblem here, and then on the back you can see the metallic Hogwarts and the bottom. I thought it was cute. I feel like when it comes to the fall, when I decide that it's time to do a little reading, I'm going to throw this on and just hit this couch and I'm going to read the night away, and I'm going to be extra cozy. So So now we're getting into my sweaters, and when it comes to these types of sweaters, guys, I will not lie to you. I am someone who, again, loves to wear them oversized. So you might be thinking, oh my god, that thing looks huge. It is, but most of the time I'm wearing it with leggings and some sneakers, so it's okay. I love having an oversized hoodie. But here is this one. I felt like it was such a beautiful like fall color. I love the black embroidery, and I know it feels like super good quality when I'm holding it, so I'm excited to be using that one. Oh, this was by far my favorite sweater of this haul, and I will say I've been looking for this sweater for the longest time. Now they do have this sweater at the Orlando location when it comes to the theme park. However, the one that they have is made of a material that is so itchy that it's not wearable. It's just not wearable. And when I found this one at the New York store, I was so gagged, and I was like, I cannot believe they finally made it in a material that I can actually use, because that's the whole point of buying these things, right? You're gonna wear them. So here it is. Look at it, guys. I am so excited. The way that you guys do not understand how much I wanted this sweater for so long. Like, I'm so excited. I can't even put into words how excited I am. I am so looking forward for November to come around, for us to be in peak like cold weather here in North Carolina, of course, if anybody's not located here, and finally get to wear this during the fall while I'm sipping on a nice little latte, reading a Harry Potter book, because that's usually when I start rereading that series. So the millennial in me is literally absolutely bursting with joy. But that is the favorite sweater of my whole haul. And then I think I have 2 more items when it comes to wearables. Here is another sweater. This one's a little bit more simple, but I really liked it because it's not a hoodie, it's actually just a sweater, and I felt like that would be really nice to just kind of throw on when I was going to do a really quick errand or anything like that. And then I also ended up getting this shirt. It's very similar to the first one I showed you guys. However, it has kind of like that denim look, so I'm super excited about it. It's super cute, and it just says the anniversary here where it says 25 years of Harry Potter. So those are the, I guess, wearables of the things that I was able to purchase. But I did also get this little ornament for my Christmas tree. I do have kind of a color scheme for my Christmas tree. This one will be going here in my book room. I have a mini tree that I like to put up when it comes to Christmas time. So I'm super excited to add this to the little different things that decorate my Christmas tree. And here, I'm so excited for this because, as you guys know, or if you're new here, you might not know this, but I collect specific types of globes around either Disney, but now I have like a little mini collection for Harry Potter. So I ended up getting these 2 just because I was so obsessed with them whenever I first saw them. This one is for Honeydukes. I am so obsessed. Look at how cute that is. You can see the little snow, and honestly, it was so like reminiscent of the book that I was like, I need it for my collection. So I'm going to be adding this to my bookshelf. And here is the other one. This is the one for Hogsmeade Station, and it was just so adorable. I love the details. I love the quality of these little globes. And I'm honestly so excited to put them on my bookshelf because I feel like when it comes to snow globes, I am pretty particular about the types that I end up purchasing, just because I don't want them to just be snow globes that, you know, don't really have anything to do with things that I've read or anything like that. So these I felt like were perfect to add to my collection because they're a part of a series that I really love and adore. So they're gonna go on my bookshelf right near the Harry Potter items that I have. So I'm so excited, but I'm not quite done yet when it comes to this stuff. I need to grab a couple things, just a sec. That was not all the things that I ended up purchasing at the Harry Potter store, because I did end up purchasing some printed items that they do there at the site. So the first one is this platform 9 3/4 ticket. I was so excited. As you can see, it does have my name on it, and honestly, I am so happy to finally have it. I feel like I've been wanting one of these for so long just to have here in my book space because, like I said, it is one of those things that brings back so much nostalgia, and having your name on it, I feel like it's top tier. And I also ended up doing this, guys. I am so excited. It is the letter. It has my name on it, and I thought it was the cutest thing because it also included just this little stamp that you would essentially use to seal the letter. And honestly, was it a little nerdy of me to purchase these? Maybe, but I'm okay with that because at the end of the day, you only live once, and I have no regrets. And I ended up grabbing a few other free items as well. Like, I ended up getting these off of this little box that they have at the very front of the store, and they're just like the Chronicle newsletters, I guess you can call them. And I grabbed one to keep so I can put it like on my door, and then I grabbed two other ones to do some scrapbooking for whenever I go and put like my little photo collage together of my time in New York. I can just add that in the background or whatnot. But those were the things that I ended up purchasing at the New York Harry Potter store. So now I think it's time that we switch over to the different books that I ended up hauling in my time in New York. So let's start off with the haul that I had when I went to the flagship location for Barnes & Noble in New York. Now, that location was so gorgeous. I absolutely loved it. And honestly, I loved how expansive their collection when it came to like different types of books that they had there was, because there were a lot of titles that I hadn't seen before that I was super excited to finally pick up. And I think one of the biggest things was that I feel like because it's like the flagship, a lot of people were there who had like really great reading advice that I got to chit chat with. So I'm super, super excited because a lot of these were influenced by other people as well while I was shopping. So let's dive into it. So the first one was Practical Magic. Now this one I bought because Halloween is coming, and I also really am kind of gearing up myself into kind of reading more whimsical reads once we hit the month of October. So that's why I added this one. I've watched the movie before, and now I'm going to enjoy reading the book. I also ended up picking up People Watching. This one I picked up because this is the second time I had come across this book, and I wanted to finally add it to my collection because I felt fall is coming. I want something that feels very fallish, and it's a romance. It's very cutesy. So I'm super excited to read it. This one still very much fall on theme, and it feels like very mysterious. I haven't read anything by this particular author, but it's called A Fate Worse Than Drowning, and it honestly sounds so good because it says that it is a gothic tale of sisterhood, sacrifice, and sea. And I don't think I've read anything like that in a while. So I'm super, super excited to check this one out. And then I ended up picking up a series while I was there. Now, I know people are against buying a series before you even read the first book. I'm not one of those people. I am going to pick up the whole series if I have it available to me, because most likely it's very rare for me to not like a book. I could rate something like 3 stars, but it's very, like I said, it's just very rare for me to not enjoy them, because I feel like I'm someone who takes a lot of time in being okay with putting a book down if I'm not in the mood for the book at that time and I'm feeling like I'm not enjoying it. Because sometimes as a mood reader, it could be that you're just not in the mood for that type of literature at that time, which is perfectly okay. Don't DNF it, guys. Just put it down and then pick it up in a time where all of a sudden you're in the mood for that style of writing. And sometimes that does the trick. It does the trick for me. So I ended up buying this series. It is one that I thought sounded super, super cool. And I also got a lot of people at the bookstore that I was browsing at telling me that it was really good. So I'm super excited. It is called Ancillary Justice is the first one. The other one is called Ancillary Sword, and the third one is called Ancillary Mercy. It does seem to be kind of this book that explores gender identity and artificial intelligence. I know artificial intelligence nowadays is like a really hot topic, and sometimes you kind of just want to read something along those lines in the types of books that you're reading. So I'm super excited to check it out. I'm hoping it's really good, and I honestly cannot wait to start that that probably in the month of November, just because, like I said, a lot of my reads in October, I'm probably going to lean more whimsical, more cozy, and just very on Halloween themes. So yes. Then I ended up getting this one. This one is called Witch King, and this is by Martha Wells. Now, this one is by the author who wrote Murderbots, and I do actually have Murderbots in my science fiction area of my bookshelf, and I've heard a lot of great things about her writing, so I'm super excited to check this one out because it does seem to be a book about power and friendship, trust and betrayal, and the families that we choose. And so I'm super excited to read a little bit more about it, to see if her writing style is my cup of tea. So yeah, I'll let you guys know. And then finally, we're kind of following that Harry Potter trend. I ended up picking this one up in my time at Barnes & Noble, and it's The Secrets of Dumbledore, the complete screenplay. I do have a couple of screenplays already in my collection. I didn't have this one, and that's why I decided to bring it home with me. So that was my haul for Barnes & Noble. I know that was pretty quick, but I have so many more to go through. Having said that, now let's jump into the books that I got at the Strand, which turned out to be my absolute favorite bookstore on my time in New York. So to start off with, when it came to the Strand, one of the reasons why I really enjoyed that store was because they had so many good bookish items. The selections there were amazing. I love that they had a used book section, and I fell in love with that store. I feel like it would be the type of store that I would absolutely be renting an apartment nearby for, just to kind of walk there every single day. It made me want to be a New Yorker so bad, I will not lie to you. And honestly, it was such an enjoyable place to kind of go and browse and bookshop and just also chat with some of the people there, because one thing I will say about New York is that you have such a diverse group of people who have different tastes in reading, different types of books that they're looking at, and they also can give you some really great feedback on books that maybe you would never really kind of go for. So I really enjoyed that part. And now let's jump into some of the bookish items that I got. To begin with, I got this little hat. It was so adorable. I loved it. It definitely gave New York to me, and that's why I ended up purchasing. I feel like when it comes to my cap collection at this point, it's just one of those things that just keeps growing. But having said that, another thing that keeps growing is my tote collection. So I ended up purchasing this Strand book tote, and honestly, one of the reasons why I love it is because it has a zipper, guys. I feel like when it comes to zippers on totes, it's super rare, and this one feels so nice and sturdy. I can definitely carry quite a bit in here, and I'm honestly so excited to add it to my tote collection. They did give me this tote. This one came along with like my purchase when it came to the different books that I ordered, but that did not stop me from taking the tote home with me. So I ended up purchasing these little bookmarks, and I ended up getting this one because I wanted something to kind of remind me of my New York trip while I'm reading, and I felt like this one was so perfect. And then I also got this one because in true millennial fashion, I am a Mean Girls fan, and this is an amazing reference. I can't even lie to you. So I ended up getting both of those. Having said that, now let's jump into the books that I grabbed. I feel like I grabbed so many good ones at this bookstore, and they were such a wide range of different genres. So bear with me as I go through them. But to start off with, I ended up picking up this classic, this absolutely stunning classic at that. It is navy colored with this gold, and here is the spine. I fell in love with it the minute I saw it. It's called In the South Seas. It's by Robert Stephenson, I think his name is, and I'm super excited to check it out. It will be living on my classics corner of my bookshelf, so can't wait to put it there. This one is by Ali Hazelwood. I've really been enjoying reading her books, so I decided to grab this one because it just felt like a good little time. I'll probably save reading this one for a minute just because I am going to go into reading more fallish books. So yeah, I ended up grabbing this one. It is used. It's in amazing condition. You know, one of the things about the Strand is that they had such a good used selection, because I feel like all of their used selection was in such good condition. Everything felt like new. So that was one of the best things about going there, was that everything was kind of intermingled, but you really couldn't tell just because like they were just in such good condition, and the only way you knew was because you just felt like you were getting a really great deal on a book. So I really enjoyed that. But having said that, now let's switch over to the fantasy books that I purchased on my time at the Strand. Now these I was super excited to pick up. They were also used, and one thing I will say is that there is 3 books apparently in this series. There was only 2 available, and I was so bummed about that, but I was like, no, just take them home with you because you're gonna regret it. Honestly, I had never come across them before, so I'm super excited to dive into them. The first one is called The Tiger's Daughter, Even Gods Can Be Slain, and then The Phoenix Empress, Lose Yourself to Save the World. I don't know why, but these titles kind of gave me Poppy War energy, so I'm super excited to check them out. Now, this one is very much fall. This one was a dark and secret magic. I haven't read anything by this writer as well, but the reason I grabbed it was because it's a very witchy story. So it says, a warm, spellbinding tale about a witch and the secrets her coven has been keeping from her, with the echoes of the classic Hades and Persephone story. So I'm super excited to read it. I feel like this is definitely something I'm going to be reading in October, so I cannot wait. And then these 2 I ended up purchasing because I had already purchased book 1 in one of my local bookstores. So I found these 2 and I was like, oh, perfect timing, you're coming home with me. So I ended up picking up these 2. This is the second book, Fool's Quest. This is in the Fitz and Fool trilogy for Robin Hobb, and then this is the third one. It's called Assassin's Tale. I just wanted to have one complete book series for him in order to kind of get into his writing style. I realized that his worlds are just as expansive as Brandon Sanderson in the Cosmere world, so I'm super excited to check it out. I hope that it's really good, even though I feel like it's going to be really good because I've heard really great things off other readers, off Goodreads, off Fable, off YouTube, so I cannot wait to get around to it. I'm hoping to at least pick up book 1 here in maybe November because I feel like that's going to be the best time to read this kind of book, so we'll see. Now I do have 3 more books left that I purchased at the Strand. Honestly, I went crazy when I was in that store, guys. I absolutely loved it. It was the best time. And this one was one that I finally got my hands on. I've been wanting this book for so long, but I hated the paper copy edition that is currently in Barnes & Noble because, for one, it has like those hideous like printed on stickers, and also it had like where it had like the cutout of the front to the second page, and I cannot stand when bookstores do that. So I waited, my patience paid off because the Strand had a copy of it for me ready to be purchased. So this one is The Poet Empress. I've heard so many great things about it. It's honestly one of the best books on the market right now, I think, by a lot of reviewers. So I'm super happy to have it in my collection and honestly get to read it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be reading this one in August. So yeah, super excited. And finally, guys, here are the last 2 books that I ended up getting at the Strand, and honestly I'm so excited because I'm going to be opening them with you. Honestly, I'm almost even scared to open them because I hate having to like rip off this gorgeous like cover that these blind dates with books have. So I'm super excited. This one will be the first one I'll open with you guys. It says Enemies to Lovers. It says, but make it academia. I was so excited when I read that at the bookstore. I was like, you're going home with me. So let's open it and see what I ended up getting because I cannot wait any longer. I need to know what the book is. And honestly, I can't even guess anything that would fall under that. So your guess is as good as mine. Let's see. Okay. Ooh, I don't have this one, so I'm super excited. It's called Not in My Book. Honestly, I don't know because the cover, maybe it does give what it's giving. I don't know. It says Enemies to Lovers, but make it academia. Are they in like a school setting? It says Rosie writes romance novels and listens to Taylor Swift on loop. Aiden is a literary fiction writer who doesn't believe in happy endings. They're about to write a book together. What could go wrong? Okay, I love it. I love how cute that sounds. This is definitely going to be a November read for me. It definitely gives that, especially if it's like in an academic setting. So cannot wait. Now let's open up the second one. Here it is. It's so cute. So this one says Squid game meets The Bachelor in this dark academic satire. I haven't read a satire in a minute, I will not lie to you, so let's see what this one is. Oh, I'm so excited. I really do love these, but most of the time I kind of steer away from doing this just because I hate purchasing a book that I already have. But because of the different ways that they were described, I knew that there was a very low risk of me getting a book that I already own. So the first one worked out. Let's see if the second one did as well. Alrighty. This one is called Their Vicious Games. I am so excited. Honestly, not something I've seen. I want to read this right now. But I'm not going to because I'm in the middle of reading a different book right now. But it's probably going to be my next read. I'm super excited. This might be an August read. I won't lie to you. It sounds so good. See, this is what blind date with a book should be like. It should be something that instantly captures your attention, instantly makes you want to read it. And the Strand, you've done your job. You've finally given me that. And I'm super excited to have this one. So those are the books that I got at the Strand. Now I want to share with you guys the books that I got at the book bar. Now this was the cutest place that I went to in New York because it was a bookstore but also had a bar in it. I enjoyed a very delicious matcha. It was so good and the energy there was so great. Like I loved especially going at the time that I went. It was like in the middle of the night. It was just the perfect spot, I feel, for me when it comes to having a place to go to after work. And again, very much made me have a lot of desire to be a New Yorker because why are you guys so lucky? Why do you guys have the best stops? And I ended up purchasing 2 classics while I was there. The first one was Beyond Good and Evil, which I already started reading here in the month of August. I have been enjoying it. The musings of this particular writer are quite interesting, and also I can't help but feel like the whole time he's like rambling. I don't know. If you're into classics and you've read this one, let me know if you feel the same way about him. The second one, it is kind of similar to this one. And that's kind of why I picked it up, because I was just like, I wonder if like it's like one essay versus another or something like that. So I'm excited. This one says, alas, for this mad, melancholic beast man. See what I'm talking about? The writing style is so interesting. Diversity, madness, and bestiality of ideas. If this is like a little note from his writing, that's literally what he reads like. And it just feels like he's joking with me the whole time, like, and talking to me and like with his hands. Maybe, I don't know. Those are the books that I got at the book bar. Like I said, one of the most enjoyable places to stop here in New York if you're visiting, because you can get like a little nightcap, you can find books, and it's the best bookish time. But I also ended up getting one book in, what is it called? Chinatown. And this one was on one of the free book carts that I showed in my vlog. And it was called Sanctuary. This is by Paola Mendoza and Abby Shear. I loved it because of the cover. It honestly looked amazing. And because I don't own it, I was like, ooh, I'm just going to take this one with me. It says, run when they are coming for you. Run. Run faster than them. Run smarter than them. Just run. That really piqued my interest, and because of that I ended up taking it home with me. But yeah guys, that was pretty much my haul on my book trip. It was honestly the best time, and I cannot wait to dive into some of these books. I honestly have so much that I'm looking forward to reading. But while we're here, I know we're already midway through August since I'm posting this a little late, but I did want to share with you guys the books that I plan to read for the rest of August. So like I said, I did mention I am already reading Beyond Good and Evil, so this one is going to be part of the books that I read for the rest of August. I plan to read The Poet Empress. Super excited about it. And because the reveal was so amazing, I'm definitely going to be adding this one, The Vicious Games, to my TBR for the rest of August. There's only so much time left in the month of August, so those are the 3 that I'm definitely going to commit to reading for the rest of this month. But I'm super excited that you guys got to sit down with me, go through my haul, and hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you did, please hit the like button down below. It really does help my channel. And also guys, if you haven't done so, please subscribe for more of my bookish content. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one.